Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. There's a Dr. Dawn Marie Armstrong, and she took it upon herself to write to the chief education officer. Now, this copy is really dull. It came to me dull, and I'm hoping you can see it. But she wrote to the chief education officer, Ramona Archer-Bradshaw, complaining about Stephanie Chase. She's a teacher in Barbados, and she, in a long, making this long story short, she complained that Stephanie Chase may be doing blogging work during school hours. That's what this particular, let me go back, make it smaller. That's what this Dawn Marie Armstrong, and she has doctor before her name, and I think she's a budding politician, and she could be pretty vicious because she came out, really hard against Mia Motley in one of her campaign speeches. But she's now complaining about Stephanie Chase, and I'm going to put this up so you can read it, okay? But what she is in essence saying, let's go to the second page. In essence, she's saying that Stephanie Chase is working, and you are paying her taxpayers' money, and you are paying her via taxpayer money, and she is doing this blog, which she's not making money from. She even mentioned that it's a blog that is not monetized, okay? Stephanie Chase's blog is not monetized, but she's doing it on school time between 8:30 to 4:30, something like that. And she's saying, additionally, Miss Chase's behavior goes against everything that we should wish to teach our students. And it is my firm belief that that if she continues servicing her supposed blog within teaching hours, you see where I am here? She should be reprimanded or even relieved of her duties. Presently, her focus is not for which she is employed. That is what Dawn Marie Armstrong wrote to the chief education officer. Okay, so what do you say about this? Okay, we have the letter in hand. What are your thoughts about this? I think that Dawn Marie Armstrong, I think she has a vicious bone in her, maybe more than one vicious bone in her body, because Stephanie Chase, she has been doing this blog now. Since I started blogging, you hear about Stephanie Chase. And if she has been doing it on her teaching time, the time that she's to teach the class, if that was the case, it would show in her students' marks or grades, or how they progress to other classes, other forms. It will show up in their work and their homework, and parents would see it. This is something that parents would recognize, that their children under Stephanie Chase's tutelage, they're not progressing. And if after all of these years she has been doing this on her work time, the chief education officer, because that's why you have these positions, okay? You have these positions because you're supposed to discern certain things, and she should know that Chase has a blog. I'm talking about Ramona Archer-Bradshaw should know that Stephanie Chase has a blog. Stephanie Chase, shows up on social media. Stephanie Chase probably, I don't know, but probably has a whole lot of her students as part of her following. Maybe. You think that Ramona Archer didn't know that? You think that Ramona Archer, in her role as chief education officer, didn't know that? So it's obvious that Ramona Archer does not mind Stephanie Chase having a blog, maybe having students as followers to her blog, maybe having Stephanie Chase do other things, as part of during, or maybe even as part of her teaching, curriculum. The chief education officer should know this. should know this. So for Dawn, can you see this here? Dawn Marie Armstrong to write a letter which then made it to social media because it has been forwarded many times. For her to do that, it seems as though she has a personal something against Stephanie Chase. And if she has something personal, she's talking about the plight is of online bullying and harassment. Okay, it impacts our young people. The plight is that of online bullying and harassment. That's what she has in there also. Yeah, if she has a personal something against Stephanie Chase, why did it have to go to Stephanie Chase's employer, and why did it have to come out on social media that she wrote this letter against Stephanie Chase? I don't think it is an accident. I do not think it is an accident that this letter is making its rounds on social media. Maybe Dawn wanted it to make the rounds on social media. She has some kind of something for Stephanie at this point. And like I said, I feel that Dawn Marie Armstrong has some cruel bones in her. There's something about her that can be very, very cruel. And she lives in Barbados. She probably will run into Stephanie Chase when they're out and about and doing what they're doing, because even as a blogger, she may be getting some of her information from interacting with people. Who knows? But I think that Dawn Marie Armstrong, she should be put in her place, not Stephanie Chase, but Dawn Marie Armstrong, because whatever Stephanie Chase is doing, Ramona Archer should know, does know. There's no way that Ramona Archer, as chief education officer, does not understand that for Stephanie Chase to produce that blog every day, 5 days a week, that has it, I cannot imagine her waking up in the wee hours of the morning to do it. And after a while doing something, it becomes like second nature. It becomes second nature. So it may not be as time consuming as Dawn Marie Armstrong would think it is. But I think that Dawn Marie Armstrong needs to be put in her place. Okay? There's nothing that Stephanie Chase is doing that is not known. Now, I'm not defending. I know you're going to say, oh, you're probably like that. No. It's not that. It's like Stephanie Chase is out there. And she's a teacher. She produces a blog. Okay? She has a following. So now, you're talking about her? Now? Okay, come on now. The chief education officer, the ministry of education, and the minister of education, they know. They have to know. So what she did, she's not bringing any light to any in the tunnel anywhere. She's not shedding any light on anything. Stephanie is up there. So what was the reason? What was the purpose of this letter? What was the purpose? The purpose of this letter is Dawn Marie Armstrong has some cruel bones. I'm going to put plural on that. She got some cruel bones to her, and she's after Stephanie. Stephanie is her latest target, and she just wanted this letter to get out there. Like, oops, like she's going to pretend, oh, how did it get out there? It got out there because Dawn Marie Armstrong wanted this letter to circulate on social media. But none of what she has done here would do anything or will make any leadway into anything, because like I said, I'm going to finish now. Stephanie Chase is out there. You know who Stephanie Chase is. She likes the adoration. She likes the fact that she has a lot of followers. She gets off on that. Stephanie gets off on that, and you know it. You guys know it. And the chief education officer knows it. The minister of education, she knows it. And the ministry and all the people who work within that ministry, they know what their teachers are doing. They know. So Dawn Marie Armstrong, let's take a look at her. Maybe people should start blogging about her. Send, videos when they see her acting up and, whatever else she does, because she's not without you know, she's not like peachy clean. She can't be peachy clean. And if she's married, maybe you should send some videos about her hubby, and you know, who on the side the hubby goes to visit. Maybe we should take a look at Dawn Marie Armstrong, and just for now, because Stephanie has been out there, leave Stephanie Chase alone. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.